to be looking at something we're all surrounded by every single day: mass communication.
Mm.
It's kind of like breathing, right?
Yeah.
We're so immersed in this constant flow of information, we hardly ever stop to think about how it actually works.
Yeah. True. Very true.
So we're talking about like television, radio, the internet, and of course, social media, all the ways information gets to those massive audiences.
Right. And what's really fascinating is how all of that actually shapes how we understand the world.
Yeah.
It influences what we think about things, our opinions, and even, affects how we act, our actions.
So let's break down some of the key characteristics that make mass communication so powerful.
Okay.
And first up is its reach, its incredible reach.
Yeah.
One single message can reach like millions of people instantly across the globe.
Yeah. I mean, imagine like a protest happening on the other side of the world.
Right.
Like in the past, you might have read about it like weeks later in a newspaper. But now, like with just a few taps on your phone, you can literally watch those events unfold in real time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And this instant access has totally changed how we experience and understand those events, those global events.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
Right.
It really is.
It's crazy.
And it leads us to the second key feature, and that's speed.
Uh-huh.
Gone are the days of waiting for the morning paper to get the latest updates.
Yep.
Now breaking news alerts buzz in our pockets before we've even finished our morning coffee.
No.
This immediacy, it's incredible, but it also presents new challenges.
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, this constant influx of information, it can be overwhelming.
It really can be.
Like, how do we even filter what's actually important?
Right.
And then on top of that, how do we actually critically evaluate all of this information that we're just bombarded with all the time?
It's a great point, and it ties into another change that we've seen, the move from one-way to two-way communication. So traditionally, mass communication was kind of like a one-way street, right?
Yeah.
You just passively absorbed the information from a news broadcast or a newspaper.
Yeah.
But now, with the rise of digital media and social media platforms, things have changed a lot.
Big time.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You're no longer just an audience member.
Right?
You're actually a participant.
Yeah.
You comment, you share, you debate. You can even create your own content. And it all blurs the lines between, like those traditional media outlets and just like individual voices.
Totally.
And this shift has really empowered people to participate in the conversation and, shape public discourse in ways we couldn't have even imagined a few decades ago.
Yeah, it's like the printing press revolution all over again, right?
Yeah,
Democratizing access to information and allowing people to distribute information.
I like that.
But this newfound power, though, comes with responsibility.
Oh, huge
To
responsibility.
ensure that the information that we're sharing is accurate and truthful.
Accuracy is like the most important thing in mass communication.
Yeah, huge.
Especially when it comes to journalism,
Right.
because trust is the foundation for that whole system.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's news or advertising or educational content. The message has got to be clear, truthful, and unbiased.
It's so important, especially in today's world where misinformation can spread so quickly.
So quickly.
It's like wildfire.
Yeah, yeah.
So it just highlights the importance of critical thinking
So sure.
and being like a discerning consumer of information, right?
Absolutely.
We need to be savvy navigators of this complex media world.
Yeah, and we need to be aware of like the potential for bias
For sure.
and how important it is to verify information
Yeah.
and the value of like seeking out a variety of perspectives.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about taking in information passively.
Yeah.
It's about like actively engaging with it, critically and thoughtfully.
Okay, so we've talked about reach, speed, the move from one-way to two-way communication, and this really important idea of accuracy. But let's not forget about the incredible diversity of content that mass communication has.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's something for everyone.
Right.
From breaking news to in-depth documentaries, from reality TV to educational podcasts. I mean, there's just so much.
And that really speaks to like how multifaceted our society is.
Yeah.
Like all this content reflects our diverse interests, values, and perspectives.
Absolutely.
And allows us to explore different worlds, learn new things, and connect with other people who share our passions.
It's like a giant buffet of information and entertainment.
Totally.
But beyond its role in informing and entertaining us, mass communication also has this really profound impact on society as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just a source of information.
Mhm.
It's this powerful force that shapes how we understand the world, what we think and how we act.
Like, think about the impact of social media movements that have raised awareness about global issues,
Yeah.
or the role of news coverage in shaping public conversations during elections. It's clear that mass communication can be a real catalyst for social change.
Absolutely.
It can mobilize people to take action together.
And it's really amazing to see how just one message, one image, or one video can go viral
Totally.
and then spark conversations, protests, even revolutions all over the world.
Yeah.
So this interconnectedness, which is fueled by mass communication, has the power to really transform society.
In such profound ways.
Yeah.
It really is incredible.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, it really is incredible to think about how mass communication has changed over time.
Oh, yeah?
Like we've gone from handwritten scrolls that, monks would painstakingly copy by hand
Wow.
to instant global communication.
Just like that.
Just like that, right there on our fingertips. It's a wild ride through history.
It really is.
And it's not just about technology, it's about how our culture has changed too.
Yeah, I think it'd be really interesting to, trace that evolution of mass communication.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where did it all begin?
Okay, so way back in the day, before the printing press even existed,
Okay.
information basically spread through oral traditions,
Right.
word of mouth, and handwritten documents.
So you're talking, really old school.
Yeah, can you imagine the time and effort it took to copy just one book by hand?
Oh, I can't even imagine.
It's crazy, right? So no wonder that knowledge was pretty much limited to just a select few.
Yeah, very exclusive club back then.
Yeah, exactly.
A very different world than what we're used to.
Totally.
It's hard to imagine, a world where information traveled so slowly.
It is, isn't it?
It makes you appreciate what we have today.
Absolutely.
I know, right?
We take it for granted.
Oh, big time.
But then, bam, in the 15th century,
Here we go.
Johannes Gutenberg
Oh, yeah.
invents the printing press.
Changes the world.
Changes everything.
Forever.
Revolutionized the way the information was produced and shared. Huge. And with the ability to, make tons of copies of printed materials, knowledge became way more accessible to a wider audience.
And everyone can get in on it now.
Yeah, exactly. And this was a big deal for social and intellectual change.
So the printing press was kind of like the internet of its time, right?
Yeah.
It really democratized knowledge and opened up so many possibilities.
Right. Think about the impact. I mean, it helped start the Renaissance. It fueled the scientific revolution.
Wow.
And it even played a huge role in the Protestant Reformation.
Yeah.
So the power of the printed word, it challenged the way things were, and it gave people the power to think for themselves.
Yeah, it's amazing how one invention can have such a ripple effect throughout society.
Is that it?
But the evolution didn't stop there.
Of course not.
We kept going.
Keep going.
What happened next?
Okay, so then we move into the 18th and 19th centuries, and newspapers and magazines pop up.
Oh, yeah.
These become really powerful voices shaping public opinion.
Really influential.
Yeah, they would give regular updates on current events, politics, culture, social issues.
Keeping everyone informed.
Yeah, fueling those public conversations and influencing political movements.
So, the original daily feed.
I like that. The original daily feed.
Giving everyone their dose of information.
Yes,
And
exciting.
commentary. What's going on in the world.
Yeah, and then, boom,
There we go, yeah.
a new era.
Mm-hmm.
The early 20th century. The invention of the radio.
The radio.
Imagine, right? Sitting in your living room,
Uh-huh.
and you hear voices from the other side of the world, just like that,
The air.
transmitted through the airwaves.
That's wild.
It was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
It brought a sense of immediacy to mass communication and a sense of connection.
It's like you were right there with them.
Yeah,
It really brought people together.
I love thinking about families huddled around the radio,
Yeah.
listening to news bulletins and music and these
Yeah.
amazing stories.
Yeah.
There's something really special about it, isn't there?
It's nostalgic.
It is.
Sure.
Radio painted these vivid pictures with sound.
Yeah.
And people could experience events as they happened
In real time.
in real time.
Yeah.
And it played a really important role in spreading information, especially during times of crisis or war.
When people really needed it.
Yeah,
Keeping everyone informed.
absolutely.
And then in the mid-20th century, television enters the scene,
Boom.
adding that visual dimension to mass communication.
Yeah, now we could actually see it.
It was a game changer.
Totally.
What do you think?
I mean, television brought moving images and sound into people's homes.
I know.
It created a shared experience unlike anything before it.
Totally.
And it transformed entertainment, news, advertising.
Yeah.
It blurred the lines between the real world and this world we see in the media.
Television became like the center of the home where
Yeah.
families gathered.
Yeah.
It sparked conversations, and it really shaped popular culture.
Absolutely. And then as we get to the late 20th and early 21st centuries,
We keep going.
keep going. Here comes the internet and all this digital technology.
Oh, yeah.
Another revolution.
Digital revolution.
Websites, social media, mobile devices, all of a sudden, information is everywhere.
It's content.
247 from anywhere in the world.
It's crazy how much has changed, like even in just the last few decades.
I know, it's like we went from a world with very little information to a world with way too much information.
Information overload
Yeah, exactly. We're constantly bombarded with information from so many sources.
from everywhere.
Yeah, and it makes it really hard to figure out what's important, what's accurate, what we can actually trust.
It's like navigating this giant digital maze.
It is a maze.
But even with all that complexity, it's kind of exciting
Yes.
because there's also a sense of opportunity and empowerment.
Absolutely. We're not just sitting back and receiving information anymore.
We're active participants.
We can create and share and connect with people in ways we never could before.
I know.
I mean, it's like we all have a printing press right in our pockets. We can share our thoughts and experiences with the whole world.
It's powerful.
It is powerful, but with that power comes a responsibility
To use it wisely.
to use it wisely and ethically.
For sure.
So as we try to figure out this ever-changing media world, we have to be mindful of the information we choose to consume and share.
Absolutely.
We have to develop our critical thinking skills,
Yeah.
evaluate our sources, and really think about the information we encounter.
So it's not just about like having the newest gadgets or being on every platform, right?
Right.
It's about being smart and informed about mass communication.
Exactly.
Wow, it's amazing to think how far we've come, from those early days of mass communication.
It is.
It really makes you wonder, like, what's next?
Yeah.
What's on the horizon? What's going to shape the way we interact with information, in the coming years?
Well, one big trend is like personalized media, how we're consuming media.
Right.
Like think about those algorithms that like curate your social media feed
Right.
and suggest videos you might like.
Yeah. Always knows what I want to watch next.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty cool, but a little creepy too, right?
Yeah.
Like, how does it know?
I know.
But, I mean, this tailoring of content, it can be convenient, but it also makes you think about those, like, filter bubbles,
Yeah.
echo chambers we hear so much about.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a really good point. Like, it's almost like we're being served up, information in these little bubbles,
Yeah.
which could really limit what we see, our exposure to different viewpoints.
It's like we're only getting one side of the story,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's not good for anyone.
No, not at all.
So it's this interesting, like, balance
Yeah.
between getting what we want and making sure we're getting a balanced, media diet.
Right, exactly. And another big trend is how everything's kind of blurring together.
What do you mean?
Like the lines between traditional media, social media, and streaming services.
Yeah.
Now you can watch a news clip on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
see sports highlights on Twitter, even buy something right from an Instagram post.
I know.
It's all kind of becoming one big thing.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up sometimes.
It really is.
Like, everything's changing so fast.
Yeah, where do you think this convergence is going? Like, what's the next step?
Good question.
Well, I think we're going to see media companies try to create, like, these even more integrated experiences across all the different platforms.
Oh, wow.
So imagine, like, having access to news, entertainment, social interaction, even shopping, all in one place.
All in one app. That's wild.
Yeah, all in one ecosystem, like making it super seamless and personalized for the user.
It sounds amazing and a little overwhelming at the same time.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I guess that's the future, right?
It is. And we can't forget about, like, virtual reality,
Oh, yeah. VR and
like
AR.
augmented reality.
It's like the next frontier.
It is. Like, can you imagine VR news broadcasts? That, like, take you right to the heart of a breaking news event.
It would be like you're actually there.
Yeah, exactly. Or think about putting on a VR headset
Yeah.
and stepping into a historical event,
Oh, that would be cool.
experiencing it firsthand, like through this incredible immersive storytelling.
Like a time machine.
Yeah, or using AR to, like, overlay information and context onto what you're seeing in the real world.
So it's about engaging with information in a whole new way.
Totally.
That's incredible.
So mass communication is about to get a whole lot more immersive.
Yeah, for sure. But with all these advancements, do you think those like core principles of ethical communication are still gonna matter?
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, those things like accuracy and fairness are essential no matter what.
It's about getting it right.
Yeah, and actually, as the media landscape keeps changing and getting more complex and information's moving faster than ever,
Right.
those ethical considerations become even more important.
So it's not just about keeping up with the new stuff, it's about being critical, right? Questioning our sources, really evaluating the information.
Exactly. It's about becoming like active and informed participants in this whole media landscape,
Yeah.
not just passive consumers.
We have a role to play.
We do.
It's not just about the technology, it's about how we choose to interact with information and how we shape the media landscape.
That's it. That's the key.
That's a powerful thought.
It is.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into mass communication,
Yeah.
what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away from this conversation?
I think the biggest takeaway is that mass communication is this incredibly powerful force.
Yeah,
It shapes our world in such profound ways.
big time.
And by understanding its history, how it's changing, and engaging with it in a critical way,
Yeah.
we can all learn to navigate this complex, ever-changing media world.
It's a journey, right?
It is.
Always evolving.
Always evolving.
Well, thank you so much for taking us on this journey through the world of mass communication.
It's been my pleasure.
It's been fascinating.
It has.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring.
Absolutely, yeah.